Is everybody ready? All the eaters ready? Okay. My friends, it is go time. It is go time time. It is go, no go, lock and load, love them and leave them, smoke them. If you got them, see you when I see you on the other side. Time. It is time for the Cases Pork Roll Eating Championship of the World here at the Trenton Thunder. Count it down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
We're in those early minutes of the contest here, ladies and gentlemen, where the field is all about even. Then you'll see the champions really break out ahead of the crowd. But we see the different techniques here at work. Jeff in finance has his own style, and it is accompanied by a wonderful, oh my stars, what could this be? An all-day IPA. All day, also describing how that first sandwich is going down. From the Czech Republic, Dvorak Czech is killing it. Almost done with his first plate here. We're going to look at that debris as well, ladies and gentlemen. That is taken into account. And of course, center table, center stage. We got Jeff Esper. What number plate could we be on already? Looks like we're at the end of number 3 for Jeff Esper. Be sure to make that noise, ladies and gentlemen. That gets them going. That helps the juices inside of the body develop. I know when you see something delicious, something savory, that the juices start flowing. We got 10 plates already for Jeff Esper. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 plates, 40 sandwiches.
10. So we've had Jeffrey Esper now on his 13th pork roll sandwich here, and he's eating with what I would characterize a certain amount of distress but pleasure. I can't even describe it. He's just putting it down. It reminds me very much of Joey Chestnut style, which is to ball the food up into a softball-sized piece of chunk of whatever, and then drop it down the gullet. Drop it down. Joey Chestnut and Jeffrey have abnormally large esophaguses, or esophagi as we say in Latin, and that is why they are so successful. He is the vortex at the center of the vortex. 17, he is way out ahead right now, and let's get a sense of where we are with Patrick Bertoletti. 12 right now with Patrick. Patrick, one of the great eaters of the early 2000s. He retired for 7 years. He's come back. He was at the 4th of July this year, and this is second back on the circuit. But a great eater, also a chef, and so he understands food from all variety of perspectives. But he's doing very well with 12. Let's see how we're doing with Nick. Slow down 1 second. Nick Werry at 18, ladies and gentlemen. This is neck and neck. Neck and neck. We are watching that.
Just incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Now the feats of daring do are in the center of the stage, but don't forget the heartwarming and exciting stories at the edges of the table here. Everyone giving their all, coming here to beautiful Trenton, New Jersey. Now I learned a lot about the pork roll in my investigation of the discipline. In other parts of the world, they might call it Taylor ham, but we don't do that here. In poorer, constantly shadowed parts of the world, they would dare to call it what it absolutely is not, the Taylor ham.
In the corners of the world where the dark arts are still practiced, perhaps, but here we know what it is. It is Cases Pork Roll, a national culinary dish. Jeffrey Esper now on 25 Cases Pork Roll sandwiches. And right behind him, Nick Werry, 22. And I like what Nick's doing here. He's leaving the food in his mouth as he chews. You can see it coming out of his mouth. It's just absolutely waiting. That's in the waiting room, as it were, before he eats it. Nick Werry in terrific shape here, but still 3 full sandwiches behind Jeffrey Esper. And that's what we're watching. Let's take a look at Pat Bertoletti and the Red Horse of Death. The Red Horse of Death, also known as George Chigger, 12 sandwiches. Right now, that seems to be a gulf that is too big to make up in the remaining minutes. We're about at the halfway mark. I'll get the exact moments, but we're about 5 minutes now. But Patrick Bertoletti in the 20s, so he is right behind Nick Werry, who is right behind Jeffrey Esper. Jeffrey Esper, 29, so I think we're at about 5 minutes. I'm going to go to Tom Dolan, who's the official timekeeper, and confirm that. 4 minutes and 45 seconds on my mark. 4 minutes. We are under halfway left right now. Jeffrey Esper right now ahead of his world record pace, his personal best, wearing a Boston baseball cap, which is, I don't know where everybody feels on that. We are a deeply divided nation. I don't want to get into a difficult area, but clearly wearing a Boston Red Sox hat. Now, Patrick Bertoletti seemed to be struggling there, but he just caught a burp, and that's a good thing. It's caught at the base of his gullet, but they let that out. That's going to open up a lot of space. Patrick Bertoletti feeling it right now. Very difficult for him to catch up to Jeffrey Esper. Nick Werry at 28 right now. Jeffrey Esper maintaining a 3 cases pork roll sandwiches lead at 33, and he's just pushing it down. His hands also red as if he were slaughtering the pork rolls as he ate them. Have you been seeing anything? Doug, Prudence Benedetto, and we have the great Krozik and Crazy Legs. What are you seeing down here?
Well, down here, I could tell you it is a beautiful day here in Trenton, but the weather is noticeably different. The humidity heightened by the salt water splashing all over this table here. We also have an incredible collection of noises coming from our competitors on this side. It gets louder as you get to the center, but each one a little whisper, a little dedication to the discipline of the pork roll sandwich. We got beautiful, beautiful efforts all across. What number do we got in the center, though?
Now, Patrick Bertoletti, take a look at him. On the day he turned 3 months old, he ate 46 bottles of mashed baby food banana and a chimichanga. And his mother knew that his future was in competitive eating, and that's why she pushed him as she did. And he is bearing the results of that, the dividends, as it were. Right now, I'm going to check. Say it again. 32 cases pork roll sandwiches for Nick Werry. 37 sandwiches for Jeffrey Esper. I don't think he can get above 50. I told you, I think that it's very difficult for him to do that. 2 minutes and 20 seconds now. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We will see if he can get up there. He just keeps going. He has an enormous capacity. Enormous capacity. Now, here's a newcomer, Sean Yeager, over 20, and that's what I told you. I'm looking at this guy as the future. The splendid splinter is what they call him. Very slender, very slender. And 20 plus, that is an enormous rookie performance right there. That is something we will be talking about in the Major League Eating, the week of eating in our show. Okay, they're very serious. It's silence here in the middle. I would tell you could hear a pin drop. Jeffrey Esper now at 40. He cannot do this. I don't think he can get it. Right behind him is Nick Werry, 36. I'm going to check on the time right now. 1 minute and 10 seconds left now. 70 seconds now. It's going to be very hard, but Jeffrey Esper is putting a lot of distance between him and the other eaters. A lot of distance. He is very confident. And as good as Yeager is, and he is good, very difficult for any of these eaters to approach the performance of Jeffrey Esper. Teeth like wow, jaws like pow, his bowel coiled like a serpent ready to strike, and we are counting it down now. 37 seconds. We're coming down to the wire there. ancestors stand on the shores of history looking down the wire white highway to the past right now to see this, their greatest moment. Jeffrey Esper, 43, 20 seconds now. Jeffrey Esper on 43, and behind him by 3 or 4 sandwiches now is Nick Werry, and then Patrick Bertoletti. We'll see. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down your pork sandwiches. Oh, my glory. Oh, my glory. And Patrick just loosened up his trousers, a pro move, in his element here today. Slice, thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your service, okay? Right here, stand right here. If you could stand right here. It's so difficult on an airplane these days if you're Slice because the seats are so small. Even first class, you're just very difficult. Delta One, you can make it happen. Otherwise, very difficult. Okay, where are we? Ladies and gentlemen, with 32 Cases pork roll sandwiches in 10 minutes from Chicago, Illinois, the once and future jalapeno pepper eating champion of the world, here today, back on the circuit, the great Patrick Bertoletti, in the money here today. And now, from Tampa Bay, Florida, the husband of the great Miki Sudo, the number 1 ranked female eater in the world. She's ranked number 3, I think, overall in the world. Is that right? And you are ranked number 4? Yes. How does that go down in the family? Is there any issue there? I mean, she ever just say, well, let's do this. Let's not vote on it. Let's have the highest ranking person in the family make the decision. How does that work? A little tension?
I don't know if it was tension as much as just I know better than to start that unnecessary argument. I really pick my battles, but it's tough not being the best eater in my own house. So it's fun.
And also your son Max, yeah. I heard that he's going to be the Similac eating champion of the United States of America. How's he feeling? How's his training going?
No training yet, but I think he'll probably be the highest recruited competitive eater in the history of time, coming out of elementary school probably.
I actually have a tickler on my calendar in about 17 years to recruit him, but we wait until 18. Okay, where were we? A multidiscipline eater, ladies and gentlemen, in peak physical condition, and here today eating 39 Cases pork rolls in 10 minutes, the number 4 ranked eater in the world, the great Nick Werry. Look at that. All right. Thank you very much, Nick. And we have... However, there can only be one eater. And in this case, it is the eater who can consume 80 slices of pizza, 235 Hostess donuts in 8 minutes, 265 Hooters chicken wings, and today, ladies and gentlemen, winning this contest with 44 Cases pork roll sandwiches in 10 minutes, the great Jeffrey Esper! There is the belt. Let's get Slice in there. That's what we want to see. That's the photo right there. Jeffrey Esper, another belt for his man cave, another victory coming off a very powerful 2-day event in Buffalo where he beat Joey Chestnut and the other top eaters. And ladies and gentlemen, please, one more round of applause for all of our eaters but for Jeffrey Esper in particular, our winner. Let me just ask Jeffrey. Jeffrey, and you'll forgive me, Jeffrey came out very, very fast, seemed to slow down a little, but then get in your rhythm. How are you feeling out there today?
I felt pretty good. I knew right off the bat that they were going to be a little slow today, though. So I'm not too upset with 44. I would have liked to have done better, but it's good enough.
All right. And as you go forward, what a humble man. What a humble man. Because none of these other guys would have said anything like that. They would have said, I took them down, baby. Right? But a gentleman at his heart. What are you looking forward to next on the circuit?
Pumpkin pie, my favorite.
Pumpkin pie this fall, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes out for it. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Trenton Thunder, on behalf of Case's Pork Rolls, on behalf of the state of New Jersey and Slice, I thank you for coming here today. My name is George Shea of Major League Eating. This concludes our event. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for coming.